guess I better introduce myself first. I'm Derek Barter, Dr. Derek Barter, and I work with the Department of Adult and Community Education here in Maynooth. I look after the continuing education programmes, including the nighttime degree, the BA in Local Studies and the BA in Community Studies. So the Addiction Studies is 20 credits. It takes place over 100 hours in the academic year. So it's typically maybe one evening a week with 3 or 4 Saturdays thrown in over the academic year. One of those Saturdays would be the seminar day that we have in March. So spring, it's always a really good day. We get all of the different addiction studies courses together that are running around the country, and then we bring in some speakers and we have some workshops in the afternoon where we mix the students up from the different addiction studies courses. But the content of the addiction studies courses themselves looks at policy around so national drug policy, the national drug strategy. You're looking at considering, maybe critically considering why the approach to drugs or substance misuse that we have in this country is the way that it is. And in a way, we're actually extending now or expanding beyond the idea of substance misuse into behavioral addictions. So looking at gambling, looking at gaming, those kind of things are coming more to the fore in the addiction studies courses. So the modules would look at policy, you would look at society, you would look at where this fits in. One of the unique things I think about all of these adult education courses is that we look at the students as having a lot of knowledge. They're bringing a lot of knowledge in with them themselves. So it's not as if we're trying to just ram a lot of content into somebody's brain. We know that people are able to discuss and have a lot of experiential learning that they're already bringing into the classroom. So the discussions can be very rich and very informative for the lecturers as well. And so we would typically have small classes, maybe 15 to 20, 22 people in a class is usually the max that we would have. And in there, people would be given every week maybe a reading or a couple of readings or videos or podcasts to listen to, and then the discussion takes place within the classroom around particular kind of issues that have to do with addiction, substance misuse, abuse, and the sociology behind that. The Disability Studies course is an interesting course, and that has been with Maynooth for a long time now. I think it was developed in conjunction with the Centre for Independent Living a number of years ago. We have people, it's gone through some changes, as all these things do. We try to keep all of our courses up to date and as relevant as possible. So it went through a review just last year, the year before last, and last year, and every year we get a chance to, well, we do what adult education is about. We reflect on what we've just been through, and then we bring that learning into next year's courses. So the Training and Continuing Education course, this is a level 7 course, again with a 20 credits attached to it. This course, I think, was designed 20 something years ago with what used to be called FOSS, is now SOLAS. It's gone through a complete overhaul and reimagination, and now it's, well, some people might recognize it as what they call the Train the Trainer course. It's more than that. This is the level 7 Train the Trainer when people are talking in it seems to have currency out there. If you want to teach or you want to train anybody up to level 6, this is the course that you need. It's a very popular course with the Defence Forces. It's a very popular course with the emergency services. So every year we have quite a number of people who are working for Dublin Fire Brigade or ambulance coming onto this course, and I think next year they're planning on quite a big they want to run quite a number of these courses next year. They have, I think they see there's a big demand there for it. So it's one of the core components. This training and continuing education train the trainer course is a core component in what's called the Diploma in Training and Development in Arts for Socially Inclusive Workplaces. So if you get this train the trainer course, it runs over 15 weeks. So it's typically, in a normal year when we wouldn't be in the pandemic, we would have 4 workshop days, and on the 5th day then people come in and do their presentation and their demonstration. And then in between those workshop days, people are working through the workbooks, and they meet the lecturers I think once every 2 weeks between the workshop days. So it's a core component in that diploma. The other modules that people take is the other core component is the Equality Studies course, which again gives people a little bit like the Disability Studies course. It gives people the ability to critique and analyze the maybe structures that lead towards inequality or lead towards allowing people to think about how they could do things differently to make it a more inclusive and just society. That's one of the things that we are interested in continuing education, and I think in all adult education courses.